I love the nails. Yeah.
I love it. I love
you.
this. I love this. What is it like? What inspires you? Inspires you with this look?
Well, this is like actually like a falcon, almost like an eagle, something like that, and it soars above, the earth. It gives you sight. Your sight from above is much clearer than it is on earth. So I like to try to think from that level, from seeing the entire perspective and not just seeing the bird's eye view.
Right.
So that inspires it. I also like dragons and, a lot of the mythical creatures.
You have any tattoos?
Yes, I do.
How many?
Well, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 10 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a nice glow.
Oh,
yourself. You really do.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, so how long you been in the scene as far as your pageants? Let's talk about pageants.
Oh gosh.
Let's talk about that.
I started pageants my first pageant was at Crash in 1997, and I was a mess. But then I started working at Escalita in 2000. I decided that I was going to totally revamp my life. Things weren't going the way they were supposed to be going for me, and I just felt like I had more purpose, so I had to make things happen.
Right.
My family did things to me that prevented me from actually being able to use my name or continue my education or anything like that, so I had to make a way for myself. And people told me, the older girls told me, well, girl, there's the oldest profession in the book, or some girls do this, and I made myself, and it was actually some ballroom girls that said, this is what we do. And I said, well, who is we? It's like, there are other things you can do. I don't knock it, but I'm just saying, I want other girls to know that there are options. So I started doing pageants. I decided to do this pageant in 2000, and I became Miss Auntie M's 2000. That was done in January, right after New Year's.
Okay.
Then
who did you look up to in the pageant world?
I really didn't know anyone. A friend called me and said, go do this bar contest, and I did it and won, and then I represented the month and won the pageant.
Okay.
So it was like out of the scene. Then when I began working at Esquilita as one of their understudies, other people started to see me, and then they would say, oh, well, you need to look at this, you need to see this one. And I wasn't in this for the fame, I was in it to survive.
Right.
I realized that I could make money on stage, so why not go ahead and do it? It wasn't about the whole fame of it.
Well, you're originally from Baltimore.
I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
From Tobago, specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you lived in Baltimore.
I grew up in Owings Mills, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
I think when I was young. Yeah.
Now, before all the rags to riches per se,
riches,
just from the glitter and the fame, how it just looks on, Tyra, just, a beauty. You really are a Tyra to people, like to the young femme queens out there. So I'm just saying, like, you came to New York, I think homeless, and then you made your way. You was a hard worker. Like, what happened with that?
Well, I came to New York, and it was basically a whim. I won't even get into that story. Actually, it's in my book.
Okay.
The whole thing. And, you really got me there. Say that again.
No, I want to know, you came to New York, and you was homeless, but you made your way, because, the hard worker you are, and you survived it. But I want to know, like, the story behind it,
Okay, so when I came to New York, I became a St. Clair Mizrahi. The houses were merged, and I was, Alyssa brought me, Alyssa's Cartier now. She was one of my mothers, and she brought me to New York. It was quite difficult fitting in. At first it was the glitz, the glamour. I was seeing, like walking right next to legends that I saw only on ball tapes, and friends of mine would like in awe, and I was in awe of it. I definitely wanted to be there. I wanted to, just be next to them, and here I was next to them, but homelessness came about when, you know, things don't go right sometimes, and here I am in the big city. The glitz and glamour is gone, and I'm told that the only thing I can do is prostitute. And those times that I used to go to bars like Sally's and Edelweiss. It caused the pressure, because I wasn't raised like that. I didn't know about those things, and I always felt like there was more for me, you know. And the pressure from all that, I turned to drugs to be able to deal with dates. And dates back then weren't like they were now. You know, we were more, how should I put it, just to be like a fetish. They look at you, they do drugs all out the way. You know, it was more like
fab dinners.
Right, yeah, stuff like that. Then, around 2000 also, it started getting where the girls were doing this $10, $20 dates.
Oh, wow. They doing that now.
And I just...
They definitely doing it now.
I view my body as a temple.
Right.
You know, and I feel that if I'm gonna allow you into my space, it has to be for more of a purpose than financially. You know? That's just my thing. So from homelessness and having to deal with this, I was determined not to prostitute, not to have to end up going back home to my family. Yeah, because once my mother told me to get out of her house, it was like, that was like reality right there, you know, being West Indian also.
Yeah.
You know, it was harsh, because I was always pampered, you know, well taken care of. Now it was like, you're on the street. So from there...
How is your relationship now with
I don't even really speak to my mother now.
Okay.
Right, but let me get to that. So, from just the mere determination of not wanting to do certain things, I had to make the choice of either do I just stay on drugs, you know, just have fun with it and live life like I don't care, or do I set myself up for and with a future? And I chose to go for a future. So it was hard. I did a lot of shows for free, but I kept going.
The grind.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you can't, you know, it's like when you think back about it, I can't believe I went through that, but yeah, it was like that. And then of course, you know, God always put people in my life that will help me. It really worked out. And from all that, it just kept growing, but it was merely determination.
Right.
And a want for me.
Okay. Now you said something, you mentioned earlier you had a book. What's the name of the book?
I have not decided on the book yet, the name yet. The book tells about my entire life from birth to now. It breaks down my struggles, of course, but I really want people to see a real side. I want the younger girls to know that they're really not alone in their struggles. I want them to know that it is okay to not have silicone. It's okay to not, you know, not have to always fit into the norm.
You don't have silicone?
Not in my face, no.
Okay,
I did. My body actually rejected it, and it was difficult for me. So I never got into it. And then I started researching it and realized that it really wasn't for me. But my book is basically let the girls know it's not all fad. It is not. And some of the struggles I've been through, it's also therapy for me, writing, you know.
Right. Oh my God, you remind me of Naomi Campbell.
Oh, stop.
You really do. You really do. But we're going to come back, and I was just a behind the scenes chat.